let's take a look at the Euro Yen for the upcoming October the 30th session. Again, look, we're still in this big up and down consolidation pattern here on the daily chart, right? Up, down, up, down, up, down. That's good. We like up and down. We like motion. So here was the trade that we were looking for yesterday. Remember we said, and this is a 4-hour chart, there's that 4-hour trend line. The only thing that we'd be comfortable with trading, there were no sells. Remember we were doing the video and we told you, well, we're not going to look for any sells because we've already missed the opportunity. But we said anything on this trend line that comes across, again, a close above that on an hourly chart, we'd be interested in putting a position on. And look at that. It was just super nice, you know. You can't always be right, but I'll tell you what, this was a nice run. As far as we've gotten a lot of emails on, you know, how do you take profit? Where do you place stops? You know, we'll start including some of that information in the trades. We're actually going to basically Monday morning quarterback that kind of information because some of the trades as they've developed, you know, as they develop, they're not there yet. We're saying, well, if we see price at this level, price at this level. And so really like on this level right here, once we got that close above the 30-minute or the 60-minute, the trend line on the 60-minute chart, man, I just need to spit that out today, right? Then your stop, as we've talked about in some of our other videos, needs to go back behind these swing lows. Now, you're looking at, that's an 85 pip stop. So, you know what? A lot of people are going to go back away. Oh, I can't do an 85 pip stop. You know, I'm just going to tell you straight out, suck it up, put on a smaller position and do it. Or you're going to keep missing runs like this, right? It doesn't mean, oh, I got to put everything on my lot. I'm going to risk this 20% on this trade. You know, if you have a mini account, which we recommend you start trading mini accounts, and there's a lot of people out there that say, you know, I can't trade a mini account, you know, I got to trade the full thing. Well, congratulations, the rest of us are out here taking your money. And we'll be that direct and tell you that. Because you need to trade if you don't have an account of sufficient size or you don't have the experience, or both, right? Or both. You could not have both. You need to listen to what we're trying to encourage you to do and follow that direction so you can be successful. We want you to be successful, folks. We're tired of people getting burned. We're tired of looking at these crazy videos on YouTube that go out there and say, well, let's give you a recap of what happened. Well, you know, I can look at a chart in about 30 seconds and say, yeah, this is what happened. I don't need a blow-by-blow of what happened the day before. Come on, let's put some real stuff out here to help people in real time, right? Am I kidding? So, yeah, you can see I'm on my little soapbox today. I was on YouTube and I started looking through some of the videos on Forex. I'm like, they're all garbage. No one's trying to help you in the live market. Come on, let's get some how would I trade the market tonight? Not what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday? Folks, you could have 2 days of experience and you could make YouTube videos for what happened yesterday, right? So let's get it on with what happens in the real market. Trade a smaller position. An 80 pip stop is not a big deal on a 1-hour chart if you're only going to trade 2 mini lots, right? 2 mini lots, this could have been several $100s. This could be something that's very important to some people, depending on where you live, what your cost of living is. If your mini lots are too big for you and your account's too small, go to micro lots. Go to micro lots. Develop your skills. Don't blow out your accounts. But when you see this, this was a big trend. The reason we said a close on the hourly chart, because that's most likely going to be some kind of definition of change. And I know people get freaked out when we look at an 80 pip stop, but that's not a big deal. Reduce your trade size. Stop blowing out your accounts. So for the upcoming session, what are we looking for on the Euro Yen? It's going to be pretty tight, I'm just going to tell you, because we have had such a strong trend in here for the day. It's not giving us a lot of reason to even begin to look back and say things are going to change. Price isn't giving us any clear support or resistance levels. So basically for the upcoming session, we're going to be looking for two things. That was almost about to be a little lie there, huh? We're going to look for one thing. One is right here, a close above the high, right? Close above the high here. On a 60-minute chart, we'll go long, and we'll be able to put a small stop right behind this swing low if that is, in fact, a swing low when the market closes above here on the 60-minute chart. The other thing we're going to watch for is a close below this trend line on the 60-minute chart, and then we're going to look to go short. Now, since price isn't here and we have no idea really to put stops, like if it spikes up here and then comes back down here and closes, we don't know where to put the stop on that yet. But through our lessons of where we're doing a little bit of Monday morning quarterbacking now, take that lesson and extrapolate it into the future about where you should put your stops. We always talk about how you should be taking profit, right? You need to have that exit strategy. We talked about that in our live presentations, our live training last night. The importance and the different ways to start beginning to train yourself to have a good exit strategy. Very, very important. Everyone worries about the entries, folks. Exits are what make you profitable. It ain't your money until you book the trade. Remember that. So these two trades, one buy, one sell, that's what we're looking for on the euro yen for the upcoming October the 30th session. Let's take a look at the euro dollar for the upcoming October the 30th session. We're going to kick it back up to a daily chart real quick here. And you can see we did fall again back down to that daily chart. That's what we're looking at. And we're still looking for some possible continued movement to the upside from this move that happened yesterday. Even that's on a daily basis. On a 4-hour chart, we're still looking for momentum, even though it's slightly bearish in here right now, right? The MACD is bearish. We still have a lot of momentum that's looking like we're going to go to the upside. That's just what we look at right now. Again, when we get into the actual market, we need to pay attention to that. Now, as we get down to an hourly chart, you can notice the MACD has the momentum now to the upside. And here was the bracket that we put around that trade yesterday, right? We talked about a close above this level on the hourly chart. It closed above there. You do need to make sure that your stops are back, right, below either support and resistance or significant swing low. Like you see here, we'll have more conversations on where stop placement is. It closed above there. It actually didn't pull back very far, right? As soon as it came over that line, it only pulled back like 20, 30 pips. And, I know that that's a lot sometimes to some folks, enough to make you want to put your Huggies on and say, oh my gosh, and close out of your trade. You can't do that. Once you get in your trade, you leave your stop in place. It's a good strategized trade. And then it moved very nicely. This continued movement of this price action here has given us a couple levels. The trend that really came out of this is this trend line right here. So, and then we have this resistance point that we've had through the rest of the day as the price has moved up. So we have this level up on the top side, and there's also a 200 exponential 4-hour moving average, right? Or sorry, 1-hour moving average. We know that that could offer a lot of resistance. So not just this resistance point of the high in price, but if we get a close over this 200 EMA on the 1-hour chart, remember your close on the 1-hour chart, we're going to look to go long. Now it's going to be a little bit different. Right now we're getting a little swing low. We've got a little swing low in there, so it's nice. That's going to give us another little trend line here. Any kind of close below this trend line, we're going to look to on a 1-hour chart. We're going to close below that. We're going to sell. We're going to look to take some profit off. Again, fund our trades. We're going to see if it's going to hang up at this level right here. So there's going to be one buy and one sell. We're really looking on the euro dollar for the upcoming session. A close above the 200 EMA, not just that price level here. Close above the 200 1-hour EMA will go for a long, and a close below this trend line here on the 30-minute level, on the 30-minute chart, we'd be looking for a short. That's what we're going to be watching for the October 30th session on the euro dollar.